Hello. Today I'm going to show you how to create your own ePortfolio while teaching you the basics of HTML. After this video, you should have a good enough understanding of HTML to start learning CSS, as well as a polished ePortfolio to showcase your skills to potential employers. First, open up Visual Studio Code and download the Live Server extension so that we can view the website as we build it. Also download the Prettier Code Formatter extension so that we can quickly make our code look nice. Next, create a folder named ePortfolio Master or whatever you would like and open it in VS Code. Create two files named index.html and style.css, as well as a folder named assets. Index.html is where you will create the default layout of the website, as well as all of the actual content, while style.css is where you will make sure the website actually looks good. Start by going to index.html and type ! followed by enter. This shortcut will autofill the HTML boilerplate, which you don't really need to understand. These words that you see with angle brackets around them are called tags. Some of them also have a /, signifying that they are a closing tag. On line 6 you will see a title tag with the word document inside. This is what will show on the tab in the user's browser. I would recommend changing it to your name. Right-click index.html and click Open with Live Server to view the website in your browser. Make sure that the tab title changed to your name. Next, add a new line after the title line, and on the new line type link:/CSS, followed by enter so that we can link our files together. Go to the Font Awesome link in the description and follow along with creating an account until you get to the Your Kits page. Once you are there, scroll down a little bit to your kits and you will see a string of random numbers and letters. Click it and copy the code in the code block and paste it on the new line after the link line. This will let us use some cool symbols in our website. Since this line is so long, we can right-click anywhere in the code and click Format Document With, and then at the top of the screen choose Configure Default Formatter, followed by Prettier. Format the code as often as you like, as it will help keep things organized as we move forward. Now we have all our boilerplate code finished, so we can start actually creating the website. The body is where we place all of the code that we want to show on the website. We will start by typing sect #about-me in the body, followed by 2 enters. This will create a section tag with ID about-me. IDs are a way to uniquely identify a section and cannot be used more than once. They are mostly useful in CSS because they let us target specific things. Inside the section, type nav followed by 2 enters. The nav tag usually contains the nav bar that most websites have at the top. Now type .personal__logo and enter. This will create a div tag with class personal logo. There are good resources included in the description for naming conventions in HTML and CSS. Inside our div, type your name. Now exit the div and type _nav_link-anchor. This creates an anchor tag, which lets you add a hyperlink. Inside the href quotes, type mail to : followed by your email. Between the href and class, type TAR followed by 2 tabs, which makes the link open in a new tab instead of replacing the current one. Now inside the anchor tags, type contact. Exit the nav and create a div with class about-me __info-- container. Inside that div type h1.about-me __info - title. H stands for the header, and you want to increase the number each time you are going to use a less significant header. By the end, all of the headers of the same significance should have the same number. Inside the h1 tag, introduce yourself, but before your name, type span.text -- blue. Then place your name inside. The span tag is like a div, but it doesn't make the text inside go to a new line. Our text -- blue class won't actually make the text blue yet, but we are just preparing for the CSS. After the h1 tag, type p.about-me __info - para. P stands for paragraph in this instance. After the P tag, type something like, I'm a student at Tennessee Technological University, and around student, add a strong tag with the class text -- blue. The strong tag bolds the text inside. After the P tag, create a div with the class about-me __links. Inside the div, create an anchor tag with class about-me __ link. Next, add another tar shortcut after the href. Copy this whole line and paste it 3 times on the lines below. In the first href, paste the link to your LinkedIn account. In the second, paste the link to your GitHub account. Copy the mail to line from the href form earlier and paste it in the third href. Put your resume in the assets folder and type ./assets/ followed by the name of your resume. Inside the anchor tags, add these 4 I tags. This is part of the Font Awesome pack we added and will add symbols for our links. We are now finished with the first section, so start a new one with the ID projects and class flex by typing sect #projects.flex. Inside the section, create a div with classes, row, projects -- container, and flex. Then an H2 class with projects __ title. In the H2, type something like, "Here are some of my projects," surrounding projects with a span with the class text -- blue. After the header, create these 3 divs, each inside of the previous. Then create an H3 with your first project title inside. Copy the entire GitHub anchor tag from earlier and paste it after the H3. Make sure to change the link to your project. After the first div, create a p tag with class projects __ list --para. Inside this p tag, explain your project surrounding any keywords with span tag with class text -- blue. Copy the entire div with class projects __ item and paste directly after itself. Next, go to the bottom section tag and after it create a footer tag. The footer is similar to the nav, but for the bottom of the page. Now create these 2 divs. Go back up and copy all 4 of the anchor tags in the about me __ links div from earlier and paste them inside of our div. Change all 4 classes to footer __ social -- link. Now remove each I tag and replace them with LinkedIn, GitHub, email, and resume. Make sure to delete from the left angled bracket before the first I to the right angled bracket after the second I. Now just add one last div between the last 2 div tags with class footer __ copyright and the text copyright symbol 2003 your name. Now that we have all the HTML done, we just need to paste the CSS to really bring the website together. Follow the link in the description and copy the entire style.css file and paste it into your style.css file. If you want to learn how to write CSS, I would recommend following along from top to bottom of the CSS file and watch the live server while making changes to see what happens. A great way to learn CSS is just to practice with it. The final step would be to host your website. There are many options, but a very easy and free way is to use GitHub pages. That wraps up the basics of creating your ePortfolio and getting it ready for the web. Thank you for watching our video. I hope you find this guide helpful and that your new ePortfolio serves as a valuable tool in advancing your career.